Journalism for me is like breathing. It's organic. It's an art. It's a science. Every day I hit that newsroom, I'm like, okay, this is what I've got. What do you know? What's going on? I love it. My parents really gave my sister and me a great foundation in terms of life and how you deal with it and how you respond to it moving forward. My dad always used to have these great sayings, and he said, you know, the mark of a really successful person isn't how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up.
Clarice Tinsley is a longtime friend and a lifetime Girl Scout. She exemplifies our mission, building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. Clarice is an amazing woman. When she works with our girls, the girls just light up. When she works with our board of directors, our board lights up. So from young girls to adults and everyone in between, we would like to salute Clarice for this amazing accomplishment and for being a lifetime Girl Scout.
I've been very privileged to have covered many major stories in not only Dallas-Fort Worth, but around the world in the last 33 years at Channel 4, but 36 years in the industry. And going to Berlin to cover the fall of the wall was an amazing assignment, because that's something that I learned about in junior high school, that wall separated people east and west. Going to Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, being in a war zone, covering the end of Operation Desert Storm was the most dangerous assignment I'd had, but it was also very rewarding to be 9,000 miles away. Completely different country, different culture, different language, but have people understand that we were journalists from Dallas-Fort Worth. They knew about Texas, they knew about Dallas-Fort Worth. They were honored and very excited to have us travel so far to be able to tell their stories. The story of which I'm most proud is the story that we called A Call for Help. Based on that story, people took early retirement as opposed to facing punishment. People were demoted, people were fired. But the most significant thing is that the system changed. It's regrettable that a woman had to die in order for that to happen. But the system changed because of that story, and that's why I love journalism. As a journalist, you need to be somebody who cares about people and the human condition and wanting to tell those stories and dig for facts.
Passion is Clarice Tinsley. She brings it to the newsroom. She brings it to her body of work. It's not enough just to tell the story. What facts have we left uncovered? What answers have we not sought out? How can we make a difference in the lives of people? I am so glad that you now know what we know about Clarice Tinsley. A great woman, a great friend, a great, passionate journalist.
When I go to speak to young people who want to be journalists, I always emphasize, it's not about you. It is not about you. It's not about being on TV. It's about doing the work.
Clarice sets an example for professionals and individuals all across the world to follow. She lives by the principle of it's not how high you go, but it's who you take with you. She continuously allows herself to turn her success into significance. For decades, Clarice has been an inspiration to youth from throughout this community. Clarice, for all you do and all you continue to do, St. Philip's congratulates you.
DFW ABJ does an amazing job of helping future journalists identify and work toward their goal of joining us. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to mentor young people who really have a passion for journalism and want to work to find their place in it and find their voice in it. It's not just for entry level, but it's also people who are working journalists and having that sense of community and that sense of structure and knowing that there are people who look like you who are doing the same thing. And you're finding out, hey, what are you learning? What are you doing? How are you growing? And having that network, that's very important. It's vital. While I am very passionate about journalism, it's what I do, it's not who I am. And I think it's really important to make that distinction. I leave the newsroom, I'm still a journalist, but I'm not on television 24/7, and I'm not in the public eye 24/7. And it's important to have a life. The art that I create is therapy, it's private, and it's something that's very personal, but that helps me. I go to church, I sing in the choir. I don't sing well, I'm a member of the choir, let's put it that way. But that always, that helps me too. And going to church for me is the best part of my week. It's not being on TV, it's going to church. And that helps prepare me for the week that I've got coming up. Believe in what you do, know that what you do matters, and don't give up. It's a different landscape today than it was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago for journalists. But we need journalists now more than ever. I know that what we do as journalists makes a difference in people's lives every single day, and we help safeguard democracy, and it's important to speak truth to power. That's our role, that's what we do.